Desde Valencia, Spain, the opening rounds of the all-new Spanish Flattrack National Championship. Short track on Saturday night under the lights and Sunday midday on the TT circuit. Spain's best flat trackers and a trio of top Brits will try and do what not even Moto Grand Prix's Marc Marquez could accomplish. Can anyone beat American Brad Baker at his own game?
So we're moving up on the first race of this 7-race Spanish Championship, and with me, a guy who usually is riding a twin-cylinder Harley-Davidson, usually riding in America, former AMA Grand National Champion Brad Baker, but not the first time in Spain.
No, not at all. It's great to be here for my 4th time and racing outdoor in the summertime. Usually we're indoor during the wintertime other than some testing rounds, so it's awesome to be here in Valencia.
So you're going to be running today the Oval, and then tomorrow the TT. Who do you expect among the Spanish riders? Can you name one guy that you think might stand out?
Definitely. A good friend of mine, Ferran Cardús, been friends with him since my first time over in early 2014, and he caught my eye the first time I watched him ride. He always had a pretty good style, traditional American flat track style, and knew how to steer the bike with the throttle, and just seemed to be a rider with maybe the most natural dirt track talent from Spain. And then he's definitely picked up some speed and been winning a lot of races here in Spain since that time, and I foresee him to be pretty fast.
Now, we've got one world champion here, a former world champion, NICO TEROL, former 125 road race world champion. Do you see him being in the results?
Definitely see him being in the results. You know, he's most likely going to be in the main event tonight. But I think where he'll probably shine is the TT, being from road race. You know, you use a little bit more, keeping your wheels in line, front brake, a little bit more technical on a TT than a short track. So where he'll probably shine is the TT.
So we're looking out over the racetrack here. If you'd been here 3 weeks ago, there'd have been nothing but grass. This is a parking lot, but it's been converted into a quarter-mile track. We're making all the Spanish tracks full quarter miles at least to try to bring the guys up to speed. And the reason we're bringing you over here, primarily, man, is to show them how fast they have to go. Got a call from Wayne Rainey the other day, said try and slow Brad down, but I don't think you're going for it.
No, you brought me over here to say, let's see how fast you can go, not to slow down and make it a race. We're trying to set the bar high, and that way riders have a realistic point of how fast they got to get going and technique and how aggressive you actually can ride. And that's what I like to do. That's when I have fun when I ride a motorcycle, is when I ride hard. So hopefully one of these guys give me some competition, and I have to ride hard, period. But the object is to win as much as I can.
Well, we'll be finding out in just a couple of minutes. Thank you, Brad Baker.
Thank you.
This brand new circuit is a replica taken from satellite photos of the Lodi Cycle Bowl in Central California, and this will be the first time that most Spanish riders have raced on 19-inch Dunlops. They previously used 17-inch Grand Prix rain tires. At sundown, the moisture came up and the fans came out. We'll highlight the best races of the night. How about a father and son matchup? Number 13 is Jaume Gallà Sr., and 213 is his son, Jaume Gallà Jr. While father and son battle at the front, Capdevila, Gelada, Lozano, and Mas fight for third. The Gallà family have been racing dirt track in Spain since dirt track began. And here we see the old man showing the kid how to do it. As you can see, the dust was staying down on the track. They had to work quite a bit with the water trucks, learning how to take care of this new racetrack. But it worked fine on the night, as you see Gallà Sr. beating Junior.
Si llegas a saber qué es él, ¿le dejas pasar?
Indiscutiblemente, en la pista, que gane el mejor.
Que se lo gane.
And we'll see the same two match up in the Master Rookie Final when we match up the over 35s against the under 19s. Again, it's the elder Gallà who takes the lead, followed by the veteran Guillermo Cano, the rookie Ferran Sastre, and the veterans Navarro, Lozano, and Massano. Gaya and Cano pull a slight advantage over Sastre, but here comes Luis Massana. Jumping ahead now, it's a four-man race with 2 laps to go. Cano about to take the lead, trying on the outside, cuts inside of Gaya. Meanwhile, Massana has passed Sastre. Cano still has not managed to make that pass, but Gaya runs wide. Cano into the lead, now across the start-finish line. In the lead for the first time, goes down right in front of Sastre and Gaya, and it looks like it's going to be a win for Massana. He's all on his own, but I can see a yellow flag out behind him. Coming onto the start-finish line now, and the red flag is out, and so the race reverts a lap back, and it's a win for Gaya over Cano and Massana. There was a lot of discussion after the race among the riders, but the rule stands as it is. Red flag, and we revert back to the lap before. And there are your results: Gaya, Cano, Massana, Navarro, Lozano, and Mas. And among the rookies, it was Sastre who was third, but first in the rookie class, then Gaya Jr., Gelada, and Capdevila. And this was the best pro class heat of the night. Brits, Mason and Brindley, Gerard Bailo, Nico TEROL, Ivan Romero, and Elia Gibert. This is an interesting matchup. Bailo is one of the top Spanish specialists in this category. We've got the British championship leader, and then we've got Nico TEROL, who decided at the last minute to put a bike together, literally went out to buy some 19-inch wheels and tires, and came in and had a look. Well, he's getting a good look right now, and TEROL is the kind of guy who learns fast. Bailo holding off the Brit, and TEROL watching closely. Now, Brindley is a rider that American fans will have seen on some of the short tracks, AMA races. He's probably the top Brit right now at this moment, although there are a few who would argue about that. Brindley trying to set up Bailo for a last lap lunge, looks at the outside, but it was too late. So there it is, Bailo, Brindley, and TEROL. Pro semifinal. Boulevardage, Mason, Garin, Cano, Piedra, Espinosa, Gibert, and Romero. Garin riding the Alonso Honda, starting to pull out a lead here. He has to make his way to the main through the semi, but by winning the semi, he's going to be guaranteed a good front row pick. Cano hangs on there, but is unable to reel him in, and so it's going to be a semi-win for Garin, and everyone is now asking the question as we move up toward the final, who can beat Brad Baker? Could it be Cardús, Brindley, or maybe Serra? And the start, Baker gets the jump, then Serra, Cardús, TEROL, Bailo, and Brindley. It's Cardús sitting in third place right now, behind Cardús. Serra in second, and Cardús closing on Serra. Running a wide line in there, that's Brindley in fourth place. Serra hanging on, but Cardús is looking up the inside, stuffs it in on him there, and they touch. Cardús is by. Brindley tried to find a way through, but he didn't. And Baker, taking advantage of the little skirmish behind him, has pulled out a few yards, but Cardús is in chase. Baker says Cardús, of all the Spanish riders, is the one who looks like he would be most comfortable in an AMA race. Serra is also one of the top Spanish riders, and he's under pressure from the Brit. And that's TEROL, who is being pushed by Mason back there in the battle for fourth and fifth, and it is the Brit, Brindley, up the inside of Serra. Now into third place. Good battle here for third position. Baker has now got a definitive lead over Cardús, but this one for third is not settled yet. Cardús backing it in, riding a Grau Racing Suzuki. Baker is on the Noise Camp Kawasaki. And Brindley looks over his shoulder at Serra. but it's a win for Brad Baker, and that's 3 wins in Spain, 3 mains that he's won, 2 at the Super Prestigio and now 1 here.
Yes, sir. It feels really good. Thank you, Dennis. Had a lot of fun here. Thanks for everybody for staying through. A long event. We did a great job of trying to make things go as smoothly as possible. Can't thank the NOYES Kawasaki team enough for getting me a good ride. Moto Station, Vance & Hines, Fusion Graphics.
And so your winners on the quarter mile, day 1, Brad Baker, Ferran Cardús, and Oliver Brindley, who just managed to fight off Frank Serra to take 3rd. And so, with 1 race in the books, an American leads the Spanish championship by 5 points. Brindley 3rd, Serra 4th, Terol, the road racer, in 5th place. And we move ahead a day to Sunday, now to the TT, and remember what Brad Baker said, Terol could be trouble.
Sí, la verdad que muy contento. Es la primera vez de este fin de semana que voy con la llanta 19 y disfrutando muchísimo del Tic-Track y el Flattrack y la verdad que es uno de los mejores entrenamientos para preparar las carreras del Mundial de Supersport.
Other favorites on the day could be Ferran Cardús, number 77 on the Grau Suzuki, 2nd on the Oval, or Frank Serra, number 18 on the Alonso Honda, who just finished a podium yesterday on the Oval.
Decidí probar esto y me gustó y me encontré bien y tengo ayudas como el equipo que me ayuda mucho, Suzuki Grau, y todo está saliendo pero poco a poco.
No, muy contento, salí ya con ganas, tuvimos las 2 carreras y las ganamos, supongo que también con un grupo un poco más fácil y sabía que en la final pues sería otra cosa. Salimos bien, pero un poco del físico y el nivel y el cuerpo a cuerpo pues nos faltó un poquito.
Fast Track Motorsports, the championship promoter, built this track with no jump in order to give the Spanish riders a chance to get used to the longer track and the 19-inch tires. So we go straight to the Master and Rookie final, and we see Ferran Sastre, who finished first in the rookie class yesterday, now leading both the rookie and master class. Sastre is starting to pull out a lead on Cano and Massana. The rookie leading the 2 veterans. Looks like about a 1.5 he's got over them now. Now, Massana runs that number 42. He follows American Flattrack. I asked him, is that for Brian Smith? He said, no, that's for Steve Moorhead. And there's your winner, 15-year-old Ferran Sastre.
Sí, muy contento. La verdad es que los cronos no fueron muy bien con la pista seca y no encontraba ese feeling, esa trazada que me permitía ir rápido. Pero vamos, hemos hecho un buen trabajo.
So in the rookie class, Sastre picks up another 25 points over Gelada. And the 2-day results for Ferran Sastre, perfect 50. In the master class, Cano picks up this win from Massana. And as we look at the 2-day championship standings, it's Cano with 45 over Gaya with 38 and Massana with 36. And now the pro flat track semi, that's Elia Gilbert, Ivan Romero, Gerard Bailo, Jordi Casas, and Josep Piedra, fighting for places in the main. And that's Romero who moves into the lead. Now, not a lot of people were really counting on Romero to do much here today. He's new to this sport, but he takes the lead here and starts to pull a gap. Escaping from Casas, Piedra, and Bailo, and that'll give him a good pick in the final. Bailo and Casas battling for second. Bailo looking for a chance to move into second place to give himself a better pick. No question about who won this one. Romero with the win, and it is Bailo who comes through to take second. And that sets the grid for the main coming up now. This is the big one, the TT main. And it's Brindley who gets the hold shot from Baker and Mason. That's Baker going around the outside, but now Baker gets caught in a Bermuda Triangle there. He's run into Carduce, he almost crashed, and TEROL goes up the inside, and it's TEROL leading from Brindley. TEROL on the Honda takes the lead, and where's Baker as they come across the line? Mason, Brindley, Carduce, Bilo, and Baker is sixth ahead of Romero, Pickering, and Garin. We ride with Baker as he moves up the inside of Carduce. Carduce comes back on him. He hasn't quite gotten it done yet, and that's Mason up in front of them. These two guys have tangled before. Looks like Brad's gotten by him. And TEROL up front, making hay while the sun shines. Baker needs to get around now. It's almost a 4-second lead. We were on bike there with Baker as he passed Mason, moving into second place. And now Baker sets out to run down TEROL. The lead by TEROL as he goes across the start-finish line is down to just under 3 seconds. Mason still in third place, but fading. And a look back from TEROL. He was hoping to, oh, there's Mason, saves it, but loses a lot of ground. And now Baker is all over TEROL. Now Baker will sit and wait for his opportunity. There are still 5 laps to go, but TEROL did make a race of it, and Baker looking for an opportunity. TEROL trying to close the door, using that front brake, looks back again. And now Baker up the inside, and the on-bike camera shows us that he just whipped past TEROL. TEROL looking squirrely back there, but hanging on. I think Brad's going to put her on cruise control now, but TEROL did a good job and kept the crowd on their feet. I think everybody here was just hoping that Baker would get a bad start so we'd see him work. But Baker on his way to yet another victory in Spain. TEROL unchallenged for second place. So this is Baker's race. TEROL is second, and there was a bit of a surprise for third place.
You know, I definitely didn't make that one easy on myself. I had to work for that one. Had a little bit of help from my friend Ferran Carduce in the first quarter. Came in underneath me and pushed me wide. I almost high side over Ferran after somebody else pushed me wide, and I got in the back of Oliver Brindley, and the first corner was just a mess, and went back to like 7th. And this is a very easy racetrack to override, so you had to go slow and hit your marks, and if you tried to ride too fast, you made a lot of mistakes. So NICO is very smooth. You know, road racing is about finesse and momentum, and he was doing a great job of that. But I was just diving hard into the corner and using a lot of front brake and just you know, trying to make up as much time coming in as I could, and took over the lead, and then just tried to hit my marks from there. But difficult day, but you know, the difficult racetracks are almost the ones that feel the best to win because they weren't easy. So
sí, me ha costado un poco la salida, no he traccionado lo bien que me hubiera gustado, pero también me he fijado que no era malo porque han entrado muy pasados todos en la primera curva. He salido muy cerrado, la he hecho traccionar mucho la moto, me he puesto primero y en ese momento me he concentrado en tirar al máximo. He hecho alguna girada porque quería ver dónde estaba Brad, y cuando lo he visto un poco atrás digo, voy a ver si estiro el grupo. Lo he conseguido, pero al final la verdad que se nota que tiene un nivel increíble.
La verdad es que no me lo creo aún. Ha sido un fin de semana complicado, aprendiendo mucho, ya que esta modalidad la habíamos hecho muy poco, un par de veces tan solo. Desde el principio de fin de semana hemos ido adelantando a pasos agigantados, encontrándome más a gusto con la moto y en cada manga mucho mejor.
So another win for Brad Baker from NICO TEROL, but the surprise was Ivan Romero, who battled his way to the main through the semi. And a perfect weekend for Brad Baker with 50 points. NICO TEROL 31 points in the Spanish Championship ahead of Brindley with 29. Round 1 and Round 2 of the Spanish Championship in the books, and the next round coming up will be in Madrid, San Martín de la Vega on July 30th.